My video.
Gonna start live. Okay. Jump.
Good afternoon, everybody. You have John here, one of the mad scientists at the Edgerton. Nicole and Deb are here with me too. We are excited to do one of our first live videos in this interesting time of COVID-19, saving this for posterity as well, to be able to track what we're doing here at the Edgerton while we unfortunately are not able to have guests with us physically.
Yeah, we just want to reach out to you and show you that we can do some fun things at home.
Right. So some of our videos will have supply lists with them. Today is not really something that has a supply list, and so we figured this would be a way to kick off what we're doing. And so what we're going to talk about is we have these kits that come from us from the NICE network, N-I-S-E network, and they are wonderful kits that are put together for us educators to use. And we were awarded a set this year, and we're supposed to do a physical outreach to be able to present this to the public, but with today's climate of self-isolation, that's not possible, so we thought we'd bring social distancing to be able to bring it to you in a virtual way here. So Nicole, do you want to talk about a little bit what we're going to see here?
Sure. So the idea is, with this first one, with the set that we got, is the idea of a nebula. So if you've ever seen a picture of a nebula, or even stars in general, they have a lot of really cool colors with them. However, those aren't actually the colors that are there. We as humans can only see in what's known as a visible light wavelength. Now, the telescopes that scientists use have different instruments they can use to record and take pictures, and then they use representational colors to put that on there. And so with this stuff that we have here, we're going to create our own version of a nebula using kind of different supplies that we have set up. The first one we're going to do is provided through the kit that we got. So it came to us with a salad spinner, several different types of paint, as well as some black circle pieces of paper. And so what we're going to do, see the best way to do this now would be, we'll take, I have actually already got a piece of black paper inside of my salad spinner. And for this one, I'm just going to take and put a couple drops right in the center. Just choose a couple different colors here. And we're just going to kind of make this up as we go, see what we get in the end.
Hey, so we've got a few people that are watching. I got Liam and Reed. They say hi.
Awesome. There. Got a couple drops of 3 different colors here.
Now, we do not suggest stealing the salad spinner out of your parents' cupboard unless they give you express permission. What we are using is a water-based paint, so this is not one salad spinner that we do use for food, but since it is water-based paint, it is easily cleaned up. And now we're going to watch the paint start to spin out on our nebula.
Couple good spins here, and we're just gonna let that kind of spin out a little bit more. Woo! Okay, so I forgot we taped it down.
So what's really cool about what the NICE network does is they use things that are rather easily to approach and use, like a salad spinner, to create different kits.
All right, we can do one more using this.
We have some examples over here.
Yes, we have a lot of examples. So we have an after-school program for our public school here in Aurora, and our after-school kids did this a couple weeks ago in our last session that we had here, and so we thought we'd show off some of their artwork that they have. And we'll see if we can get just a little bit different kind of design here. Oop, didn't quite work. We're gonna find out. We're gonna see if I can. We're gonna do some swirls instead of just some dots. And the fun thing with these paints that we have here that came with the kit is they're actually reactive to UV lights. So we might show that off a little bit later if we can, because they change color and look really cool under black lights. That's what's happening. Okay, here we go. One more time. Slow it down here, see what are we, woo! Oh, that one turned out so much better. So, as it turns out, doing kind of swirls of, or lines of paint work better than doing dots. But that's the fun thing about this is it's trial and error. You get to see different things and how they come out.
Hi, Alex in Omaha.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people coming in, so that's awesome. So this is the one with the came from the nice kit. Now we've been doing this kind of thing actually for several years now, but we've been using what's known as a box fan that we have essentially taken one of the faces off and put a piece of foam board and secured that. And so we are going to do another one, but using ours here.
The fan blades are right underneath there. The foam board sits on top of that, and we can turn it on. And what is cool about it is the centrifugal force pushes the paint out.
Now with this, we usually use pipettes, so I'm going to do this just a bit differently than with this, the other one we did. Woo. All right, here we go. Oh.
We have the shield up so that there is a little bit of spin off.
Yeah, this one we get a little bit more splatter. That's why this is a good one that we usually do outside.
But on today's rainy day, we're doing it inside for all of you.
And let's just do one more. Yes, we can. All right. Let that spin just a little bit longer to try to get any excess paint off, and we'll turn it off, let it come to a stop. And voila. This is one of the things about doing with the fan is it goes a little bit faster so we can get more kind of spreading of the paint. And of course, depending how you put it on there, you get a lot of different designs, just like when we use the salad spinner. So, take and pop this one off. Ooh, it's wet.
So like Nicole said, is when we're thinking about outer space and nebulas, and we do this in our chemistry show, we talk about what we do see. People are able to decipher parts of our stars and our galaxies by the colors we actually can see in the visible spectrum by looking at the chemicals of the periodic table and realizing when those burn, when those are out in reacting situations, they do give off different colors. Like in our chemistry show, we use potassium that turns a nice purple color. We also use our copper in the form of copper sulfate and are able to see that chemical reaction happen and see those visible colors. And like Nicole mentioned, there's plenty of the nebulas and other things in outer space that we see that we don't actually see a visible color for. There are scientists using a representation to show off what they think those look like. And Deb's hooking up our black light here. In a second, we will see what our art looks like in the UV lights.
I'm just gonna do one more design here and maybe see if we can get a chance to even look at the spin art while it's under the black eye. We'll see if it actually works. Gotta experiment and try new things out. So turn my fan on. I don't know what level I'm on.
Yeah, that's high.
Really high.
Hi, Avery and Atlee. Thanks for joining us today. We miss you guys.
All right. We're gonna turn our lights off here, so it's getting a little dark. Can't see that quite as well. Oh, but you can see the splatter. Oh, that's actually really cool. Turn it down one more. Oh, that's awesome.
All right, so now we're watching it in the ultraviolet with the black light.
And so this is one of the types of light that scientists use to look at nebulas while they are in the sky. All right, we also have some of the ones on the wall, so we're gonna kind of show you those as well. Again, we are using a paint that is reactive to the UV light. We can even look at the ones that we did earlier, or still on the wall. Those over there. A little bit everywhere. John, if you want to turn it off. And all the paint. Oh, sweet. So I just did lines in the center of the page and then turned the fan on just to see what we would get. And so make a lot of really fun art and learn about different things at the same time. Likes. All right.
So do we want to talk a little bit about why the fan and it's spinning, what that causes?
So the idea is centrifugal force. You have different, you got, even if whether
A force?
a force being acted upon. So for the paint, for the one I just did, it was stationary in the center of the page, and then when we turned it on, we put a force upon the paint, the paper, and it spread it out in a kind of, obviously a circle pattern, because that is the motion that we were using. Same with all the previous art, since it was moving in a circle, going out from the center.
Hi, Angie.
So
this is something, if you have a salad spinner at home and you get express permission from your parents to be able to use, the paper is cut into a relatively circle that fits nicely in the bottom of the salad spinner. And like I said, we have UV resistant or UV reactive paint, but you can do it with any food safe, tempera, washable paints that you may have to be able to create something like this at home.
yeah. But again, get permission first.
All right, well, I think we should say thanks for joining us today. Look for more of our science labs and demonstrations in the future.
And we're going to do these right now every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
At 2 o'clock.
And then Wednesdays specifically, we're going to have more of our hands-on labs. Hopefully you'll be able to join us and maybe do the same things at the same time when we get those sheets that tell what you need to have in front of you. If you have any comments or something you'd like to see us do, put those in the comments under the video and we will try to show those off.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks again.
Have a good rest of your day.
Be safe. Hi, Tracy. Thanks, Miley.